What is up, everyone? This is me, Prasanna Balakrishnan, back again. This time for the match review of Chennai Super Kings. No, scratch that. Heart Attack Super Kings against Kolkata Knight Riders. And you would notice this guest next to me. He is Danusha, is a great friend of mine. Now moved to the US to do his masters, of course. And the last time we did the CSK versus KKR review, it was Heart Attack Super Kings, and this time it's actually no different. So, I mean, you think chasing 172 or opening batsmen do well, they get you to a start, and you think this is going to be easy. And then Chennai Super Kings says, no, well, we don't do things easy. We want to do things until the last over, and specifically the last ball. So, in the end of the day, we won. So yeah, man, how did you feel about this game? I mean, it was crazy.
For once, I thought that we were going to bottle it this time. I thought for a second, I thought we were going to bottle this. I was feeling it. I could feel the. I think it was the Rajasthan versus Punjab Kings match, right? Which they
Yeah,
bottled
man.
bad.
Same 4 of 6
I
scores.
was feeling that match again. I was like again feeling that match. I was like, okay, is this going to happen again? Because it's IPL, anything can happen any time. And oh my god, they make it so tough. And also it was Naran who was bowling so well, and it was Deepak Chahar on the crease. So I didn't know what to expect. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, the match had a topsy turvy kind of a thing since the start. Like we didn't start off that well. Then, I mean, once Shardul Thakur came into bowling, the middle overs we kind of did quite well to kind of bring the score down, because in the power play I think they were already 60 or something, right? 59 or 60, something like
Yeah,
that,
kind of that
when they
range.
were batting.
It started very well.
So it was kind of that kind of a match throughout. But yeah, finally a win is good, because now we've got 3-3, I guess,
Yeah, and
after the restart.
yeah, it's pretty good. And we can start the chant now. We are top of the league. Say we are top of the league. Of course, man, it's good. And it's good stuff, good things.
It's
And
nice. It's nice.
yeah, and we are through to the playoffs. So back where we actually
Oh, are
belong.
we?
Yeah, with 16 points.
Oh, is it? I didn't know this.
Yeah,
Oh
16,
yeah. Oh,
16
oh,
points. Yeah.
that's nice news.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes.
Yeah,
Oh,
just 1 year
that's
absence.
great then.
We thought to give it a break, and then now we are
Yep.
okay. We're given the 1 year break. Now we are back to where we actually belong,
Yeah.
and so yeah, man, looking forward to hopefully win our fourth trophy, and I genuinely do expect we do so. But yeah, so let's just quickly run
Yeah.
through the lineup. Obviously, there was one change from the first two games. Dwayne Bravo was rested for Sam Curran. I kind of expected that change, to be fair, because obviously we've just played the game day before yesterday. We had a different venue.
Yeah.
KKR played the day before at the same venue. So tiredness and rotation was going to be a factor. So were you happy with this lineup, or were you thinking maybe Bravo could be still be in because of some reason?
No, I think rotations are required, considering the average age of our squad is quite high. So I feel, I mean, even Bravo, even after his performances, he's doing so well. We need to give breaks to players. I mean, there are youngsters in the team who can go through the whole league, without a break. But then the other players around them, I think they will require breaks here and there, just to kind of manage their workload and stuff. But yeah, I think the lineup was great. I think Karan is a great addition to the squad. I mean, it makes sense. Like, it's a straight swap. Like, both of them have similar characters in terms of finishing and bowling. So yeah.
And obviously KKR, they went in
But
with
I
a
think
team
one thing,
for
one
yeah,
one
yeah.
thing that I
Sorry.
want to talk about the CSK lineup. No, no, not a problem. One thing is that I think Shardul Thakur just gives us so much more leeway in terms of choosing the number of batsmen that we want, choosing the number of bowlers that we want. Because in the last 1 year or so, he's grown as a batsman. He's grown in confidence as a bowler. He was always a decent bowler, but he's grown in confidence now. And obviously his batting has increased, like his confidence with his batting also, and his skill level has also increased. So which gives us a lot of leeway in terms of how we want to go about the squad, because he adds like another dimension to the squad. So which is nice. Which is, I mean, Shardul Thakur is like a key addition. Obviously Jadeja is there, but Shardul Thakur kind of, he kind of fits in there perfectly into our squad.
Every time I see him to play a good innings, right? He also obviously
Yeah.
played well for India in England and in Australia as well. And now
Yep.
CSK also sometimes he's doing it with the back. If only he had scored those 2 runs of one ball of Malinga. We always goes back to that same situation. But that's by the by. And we obviously
Yep.
Well, obviously people learn from mistakes, and I think he has gone to be. I genuinely think if something happens, he will be a part of the playing 11. He might not be in the playing 11, but I think he might be in the squad later on because let's see what happens, and fingers crossed as
Yep.
we always do. KKR on the other hand, we are playing a KKR side that are high in confidence. They have beaten they smacked RCB, they smacked Mumbai Indians, and they are on a high run of form. And obviously,
Yep.
the standout player being Venkatesh Iyer, who's been outstanding at the top of the order, scoring runs for fun. And
Yep.
overall, their team is actually having a good shape. I mean, they brought in Lockie Ferguson, who they failed to use in the first part of the season. Varun Chakravarti is been
Yep.
outstanding. Sunil Narayan is Sunil Narayan. There is nothing much else to talk. And you obviously have the
Yep.
DK, Russell Muscle, Morgan can chip in, Rahul Tripathi can and chip in. And it was always going to be a tough game. So going to this game, it was obviously
Yep.
going to be who would actually manage the situation better. Obviously, both teams two in the phase two, and obviously one was going to lose today, but it was only a question of who. I was slightly confident because obviously the way we have been playing and given our record against KKR, which is heavily in our favor.
Yep.
And I was a bit confident. Were you that confident, or how were you going into this game?
I was feeling confidence only, like a little bit confident only by the fact that they kind of have a very balanced squad. They have got power hitters in them with Russell. DK can come and chip in. Rahul Tripathi is doing great. The openers have started playing well, but the only missing part is Morgan is not getting runs for them,
Yeah.
and he's struggling bad. And with the captain struggling, it kind of becomes difficult to kind of shape the squad around him because he comes at a very crucial position. Even today, when he came in, right, it was the middle overs. They had already got a very good start, and it's the middle overs where they struggle to even knock the ball around and get singles or doubles. Those become very crucial, and we know Dhoni's captaincy. His main game is during those 6 to 16th over. Those 10 to 11 overs are the overs where he kind of wins over the other captains. And I think today as well, when Morgan came into bat, the situation was somewhere where he could have at least knocked the ball around where the other person is trying to hit. But that didn't work out. Shardul Thakur came in, he got very confident with his bowling. Jadeja was getting very comfortable and all that. And I think that's some missing piece that KKR had. And because he was not getting runs, I was somewhere confident that their middle order will struggle. And once they were out to bat, I felt like, okay, we can win this. We can chase whatever they put on the board.
I mean, you hear these things in Davis Cup saying non-playing captain. I mean, I've sometimes referred to Ian Morgan as literally non-playing captain because sometimes when in England, I mean, we see the team perform well, but he doesn't score runs. Even in KKR, sometimes when they perform well, he doesn't
Yep.
score runs. So, no disrespect to him. Obviously, he's a great player, but sometimes that non-playing captain thing kind of keeps running in my mind again and again, which
Yeah, I
is
mean, if KKR want to do well in this IPL, it's Morgan who has to step up and get runs for them because he takes that crucial position in the middle order, right? He's the one who's linking the power hitters with the openers somewhere. So he's kind of he has to fire up in terms of solidifying. Today, I think he looked like in a way that he wanted to play through the phase, get more balls on bat and stuff, but it was just not happening for him.
and Morgan won the toss and chose to bat. Understandably so. He wanted to put on runs and
Yep.
defend the total, which they have done. And Shubman Gill actually started well. The problem with Shubman Gill, even in India or KKR, is he starts off well, but he fails to convert it into a big score. That's been the problem of
Yep.
him all along. And today, a Sailor run out. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. Like he tried to steal a
I
single
mean,
that
there
was
was never a run
there.
there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think he was down the track playing, and he probably thought that he was going to get to the other end. But Venkatesh Iyer was like, dude, what the hell?
Yeah,
There is
yeah,
no
yeah.
run there. And Nambati Tereru created him
Yep.
brilliant. It was a direct throw. And
Yep.
that the game kind of
I
opened up
mean,
there. But
he thought it's the dad's army that he's playing against, so it's like I can take that run. They're not that good at fielding and stuff, but Raidu was spot on with the throw.
yeah, man, I think if it was Jadeja there, he wouldn't have even tried to even step out of his crease.
He wouldn't have even thought of. Yeah. It was. I think it was because he was Raidu and he knows that he's a little slow and maybe he can get that run. That's why he kind of took the odd steps ahead. But yeah, there was never a run over there.
And after that, Rahul Tripathi, he scored some few runs. And Venkatesh here, he wasn't in his best as he was in the last two games. I think it was more to us bowling much better to him. We didn't allow him to free his arms, and the only shots he kind of scored were the dab towards fine leg, and he got some good value for his shots. And Rahul Tripathi was brilliant today.
Yep.
I thought he played very well till he got out to I don't know why he was trying to reverse sweep that. I mean, you're playing so well. I mean, why
Yeah.
would you reverse sweep that? Your normal
I
shots
think
are going
even he
well.
was upset about.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
go on,
think
go
even
on.
he was upset about trying that reverse sweep on that ball because it was so close to his off stump. The reverse sweep was never there for that ball, and he tried it, and it didn't work out for him.
And speaking of Venkatesh said, I mean, I don't know what he was trying to do with the review. I mean, how can you not know that you've nicked a ball to the wicket keeper? And you're
There was I there was no, and I mean he went and asked the person who was standing in front of him. I think it was Rahul Tripathi that
yeah,
he
the
asked.
non-striker. It was Rahul Tripathi.
Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. He asked, and both of them agreed to it. So I was like, what? How can you agree to this? It was a clear. The commentators were straight like it's out. Everybody knows it's out. It's only those two people who don't know it's out or what.
Exactly. I mean, not. I mean, forget it alone. When you're reviewing, at least LBW, you consult with a
Yeah,
non-striker, fair enough. But for a card
yeah.
behind, you very well know whether you have nicked it or not. So it doesn't make any sense to ask to the non-striker whether it's out or not out. I mean, but then again, um,
Didn't make sense.
these things
I mean,
happen.
there's young blood over there as well. I mean,
Yeah,
not exactly young blood, but he's new to the IPL. He's getting things
yeah.
started. So yeah, maybe.
And when KKR thought they were gonna get away with this, obviously Lord Thakur is inevitable. He is going to take the wickets, and he is inevitable. He is the greatest. And I mean, he has turned it around and with his bowling. I mean, with the first phase, we saw him leaking runs for fun, and now he's like
Yep.
now he's bowling absolutely well. Even last season in UAE, he bowled a few spells quite well. Um, but then again, the turnaround from him, the Australia tour, the England tour, has been doing well, and that is kind of carried on to him. Same way like Mohammad Siraj, what he has done with RCB, he's been doing brilliantly,
Yep.
and I think that's carried forward to Shardul Thakur as
I
well.
was I was just thinking about that right now. I was thinking about two people who've done so well after doing well with the Indian team because of circumstances and situations which have
Yeah,
given them chances.
yeah,
Both Shardul Thakur and Siraj would not sort of fit in the first 11 that India, if the best 11 comes in, but
yeah,
they've got their chances because of whatever situation and circumstances come up. And because of that, the confidence that they have now when they're playing for their IPL sides is huge, even though they were not playing T20s for India, even though they were playing tests or whatever. The confidence that has brought to the Indian side, sorry, to the CSK side or to the RCB side, both the players are doing tremendously well, both for their own sides.
yeah, and that's it. When you get an opportunity of some reason, you have to just grab it with both of your hands. That's it. That's what both of them have done.
Yep,
And
absolutely.
yeah, and obviously, once Venkateshwar got out, we were taking wickets, but KKR was still scoring runs at a quick rate. And at any moment, did you think that the run rate would quite explode? Because obviously, they have the likes of Narayan, Russell, I'm sorry, not Narayan, Russell, Dinesh Karthik, and them and there.
Yep. No, I mean, I was scared when Andrew Russell started getting those fours and sixes in.
Yeah,
I was scared that he would have one of those innings where he just blasts us because death bowling is not something that I am comfortable with when CSK is playing.
yeah,
Death overs and the power play are not something that I'm comfortable with. The middle overs is, I feel, where CSK are the strongest, but
yeah.
the start and the end is not something that we are strong with, and therefore if Russell is there with he's gotten a few runs, it would have been very difficult. But then yes, as you said, Lord Thakur was there, so yeah.
I mean, you look at these three games, we haven't started well, but we have somehow gone to win the game. It's like that meme when a guy
Yeah.
says, call the ambulance, but not for me. It is literally like that. Call the
I,
ambulance, but not for
I
me.
and I think I think one very good thing about the CSK side is that um, we look like a champion side because we are winning out of conditions where we might have match might have slipped a little, but then we're still coming back and winning. One big thing before the restart of the IPL was I thought that a lot of our players have not got cricket, like because they've not played a lot of cricket in the last few months. Okay, since between the last IPL and this IPL. So how will that affect the squad? Because the other teams they have players who've been playing across different parts. But our team, kind of, because of whatever it is, they don't play that much other than this IPL. So I was thinking, how will this start? And I think if I felt like if we start well with the first 2 or 3 games, that is when, I mean, I'll go a little above in saying that, I mean, I feel confident that we can win this IPL. I feel like this side is confident enough. They have the skills. They've got the confidence now. They have got the momentum to take this through to the end of the tournament. So yeah, fingers crossed.
I mean, we have every reason to be confident. I mean, if, as you said, any situation like that,
Yep.
we have players that can pull us out of that situation and win us the game. We don't need to win fancy every single time. An ugly win, beat an ugly win, or a fancy win. A win is a win. Be it to win by 50 runs
Yep,
or by 10
absolutely.
wickets or win by super over, it's 2 points at the end of the day. Yes, run rate does make a big difference, and at the moment, CSK have a heavy net run rate as well. So, and again,
Yep.
speaking of for batting, Ian Morgan never looked confident today. I mean, look at the 8 of 14 is not what you expect from your captain coming out of that situation, who was trying to increase the
Yep.
scoring rate. And Nitish Rana did struggle at the start of innings, but towards the end, he was playing well. And I mean, Sam Curran got clobbered today. Let's all be totally honest. I mean, 4 overs, not for 56. That's not the
Yeah.
Sam Curran we know. But he's
Yep.
been performing well for us, so we can probably give an off. Like we can probably excuse him for this
No,
performance.
it's
Probably.
fine. I mean, it's fine because whenever there's this kind of a thing where, where there is a match where the total is somewhere around 170s, 180s, there is always going to be one or two bowlers who are going to go for runs, because they're going to be somewhere targeted and stuff. So it's okay for them to go for runs, but I mean, if this was the chance that he wanted to grab and make that position his, not so great of a performance from him. But obviously, he adds another dimension with his fielding and batting as well. So, I mean, I'm not too worried about his performance or Hazelwood's performance, because I think even he went for 40 or something.
Yeah, Nitish Rana explored towards then, and Russell came in and started with fours and sixes. And who stops him? Lord Thakur. He is inevitable.
Lord Thakur.
Exactly. I mean, look at his bowling figures alone. 4 overs, 2 for 20. That is absolutely brilliant against this KKR team.
Absolutely amazing.
And although Dinesh Karthik came at the end and
And
does
and
what
and
Dinesh
they're
Karthik does, let me just finish this part. Sorry.
hmm,
And although Dinesh Karthik comes in and does what Dinesh Karthik
yeah, yeah.
does, he has been a fantastic finisher over the years. And he took Sam Curran to the cleaners. And even on bowling towards the end, it wasn't that great, but um, they somehow just got to 171. And at that point, I was thinking, okay, we can chase this, but we need a good start and we need partnerships in the middle. So, what did you think at that point of time? What were you
Yep.
about to say as well?
Yeah, I was just going to add that the 2 wickets that Shardul Thakur took was also important, because Venkatesh Iyer, if he gets in, he can just do well. We've seen in the last 2 games KKR have played, he can play so well. And Russell, we all know that how well he can hit the ball and just take the target to an extent that we cannot even think about chasing it with the lineup that we have. So it was impactful performance from him. And yes, when 170 was on board, I felt like we could have kept it a little lower with our death bowling, but then I'm always worried about our death bowling. So, I mean, I didn't feel. Um, I felt like with the lineup we have, with the form we are in, the batting form we are in, especially, I think 171 was chaseable. So I was not too worried. And obviously, the start we got was amazing.
Yeah, just give me a second. 5 minutes, 5 minutes. We were just ordering some food, so sorry for that. And yeah, so
No problem.
171, we were going to chase 172, and obviously you needed that start. And let's just go through the bowling figures once again. And Deepak Chahar, he wasn't at his greatest today. He hardly got swing, to be fair. But 4 overs done for 32.
Yep.
Is it bad considering there is no swing and like he hardly had things to play with? Sam Curran, the lesser we say about him, the better. Josh Hazlewood, I thought, was good in parts. And he was good in parts, and he did
Yeah.
pick the wicket of obviously Dinesh Karthik and Ian Morgan. And Jadeja, 1 for 21. I mean, in 4 overs, he just darts in his overs so quickly, man. I mean, you don't know when he's coming and when he is going.
Yeah.
I remember he finished an over within just 2 minutes, and
Yeah.
obviously
Yeah.
the wicket he
And
took off Rahul
I just
Tripathi
add.
was crucial at that time.
Absolutely. And I feel I think I'll again go to the Morgan point because both Shardul Thakur and Jadeja came on to bowl sort of when Morgan was batting, as much as I remember. Right? As I
Yeah,
said, they both got very comfortable with their bowling while they were bowling to Morgan.
yeah.
And it was that period where kind of we see Dhoni come to the, I mean, his captaincy comes to the front where he has fielders outside, he can move around fielders and stuff, and then he has bowlers like Shardul Thakur and Ravindra Jadeja who did absolutely amazing in those middle overs.
And obviously our batting came, and Ruturaj Gaikwad does what all Ruturaj Gaikwad always does. He was in superb touch, although he did struggle at the start. He did get some, did take some time before he unleashed what he does. Faf du Plessis, I thought, started well today. Kind of a role reversal of the RCB game because there Gaikwad started off well, and du Plessis did take his time. But today we saw how effective those two are in a partnership, and them two in this season have been absolutely brilliant for us. And yeah, man, and Ruturaj Gaikwad and Faf du Plessis, um, again, like they got a great start, but at the time of acceleration they fell off. So, just what are your thoughts about the
Yeah.
partnership in general?
No, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, both of them, if we see both of them, I just opened the kind of stats in front of me. I see both of them, Faf du Plessis and Ruturaj Gaikwad in the top four of the most runs in this IPL. So that shows how much our opening batsmen are doing for us in terms of getting that great start for us. Both are looking in great form. Both are not like, they're not taking a lot of balls to settle in. They settle in, they try and optimize the use of the power play. I never knew Ruturaj Gaikwad has got those sixes in him. I never knew. Are the ground so small or something like that? I never knew Gaikwad has got, because I always thought he's a very crafty player. He can get good shots in, but now he's hitting sixes as well, which is great.
I mean, that's one
So
trademark of
yeah,
his,
both of
right?
them are doing wonders for us at
Yeah,
this moment in time.
yeah, just that trademark
Yeah,
Rukraj Gaikwad, right? Getting down the wicket, presenting the straight face of the bat, and it goes all the
yeah,
way. We saw that in last IPL as well. And he's a batsman who just
yeah.
plays classy shots. He hardly plays a shot in anger. He doesn't like slog across the wicket unless it's absolutely necessary, or just random sweeps and whatnot.
Yep.
But the time of their wickets, it was kind of very, like say, kind of broke the momentum a bit because we were on the upper hand. And even though Moeen Ali came in and did well, um, even though wickets fell, we were on the upper hand for most of the game.
Yep. I mean, till the 11th over when Duplessis got out, we were like what 102 for two. I mean, that should be bag in the game. I mean, game in the bag,
Yeah, when
right?
Duplessis got out
It
11.3, it
should
was
be over
102 for
then and
2.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but then,
yeah,
um,
exactly. So I mean, we have 9 overs and we have about 60, 70 runs to score with 8 wickets in hand. That should be. I mean, that should be easy. We shouldn't make it so difficult for ourselves because uh, I mean, I don't know. I mean, even though Moeen Ali, Ambati Raidu, Raina all came and chipped in with a few runs, it was just the game just kind of got out of our hands somehow.
yeah, and obviously
And then
we being
Jadeja had to come and do what he did.
yeah, and obviously we being Chennai Super Kings, we never do things easily. We like to give our fans heart attacks. We like to take things to the last ball, make them stock a lot of BP tablets because I mean, in the first two games, I thought, okay, Heart Attack Super Kings aren't in full effect, but this game they came back in absolutely full effect, and it's like, and the last three wins against KKR for us have been heart attack moments because even last year, 7 to win of two balls, Jadeja hits that six, wins the game for us. This year, starting 31,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
31 for 5. Russell comes in and bangs a few runs. Dinesh Karthik bangs a few runs. Patrick Cummins comes in and smacks Sam Curran for 30 runs in an over. And when the last Prasid Krishna got out in the run out, I was like, oh my God, we have finally won this. And again today. And in the middle parts, we clearly saw Raina wasn't at his best. I don't see the point of MS Dhoni batting, to be fair. I think he should have said Jadeja or some kind of front. He thought probably he would face a few balls and blast at the end, but Varun Chakravarti was remaining, and we all knew what was going to happen. And Varun Chakravarti has got MS Dhoni bowled
Yeah.
3 times in the last 3 games. So, do you see MS Dhoni's batting
Oh
form as a worry, or is it just that other batsmen around him are doing well, so he doesn't need to bat?
no, I have 2 points here. So one is I'm not comfortable with where Raina is batting.
Right.
I know he's played at that certain position when he was playing for India back, but he's never played at that position for Chennai as much as I remember.
Yeah.
So I am not comfortable with him over there because he's not a kind of a batsman who comes and just goes at the ball. Whereas Moeen Ali can do that sometimes. He'll go after the ball as soon as he comes in. So I'm not sure what that tactic is with Raina coming so low and then following it with Dhoni, because you have Jadeja, you have Karan. Both of them can come and chip in with runs. Send them, you have them, use them. I am not sure why Dhoni came in there, and then obviously he couldn't get in, and then Chakravarti got him, which I didn't know, but yeah, 3 times in 3 matches, which means that's great. But yeah, I feel Raina and Dhoni, Raina with the position where he's batting and Dhoni with his form, they can be troublesome because when Gaikwad and Duplessis does not fire, because right now it's comfortable for us where our opening batsmen are playing well. We'll have matches when both of them don't fire or one of them doesn't fire. That is when I think Raina and Dhoni will have to step up. So hopefully they step up when the time comes.
And yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I think genuinely Dhoni kind of thinks within himself that okay, I can do this. But time and again in the last two IPLs, we have seen in that his hand-eye coordination is diminished by very high, very long way.
Yeah,
Before he used to 2018, 2019 were his dream seasons, and you
yeah,
had that argument that he still had international cricket with him. He was playing for India, so you have something with you. But when you're just playing the IPL
mm,
and not anything else, that's a totally different ball game. And yes, you can smash sixes against bowlers in a practice game, but the
yeah,
real deal is where you're actually tested. And if not, and it was lucky for us that Ravi Jadeja came and did what Ravi Jadeja does. Um, he was brilliant, man. The last 2 overs to go, we need 26 runs. Prasidh Krishna as an over and a 9 as an over. To be frank, I thought it would be Narain, even though he did go for runs. As we see here, Narain 4 overs,
yeah,
41 runs. He did go for runs. And Prasidh Krishna, to be fair, it was always coming when Jadeja's batting. You know there is a 6 or a 4 here and there, but
yeah.
6-6-4-4 and bringing it to 4 of 6, you would think that kind of sealed the game. And I was actually playing in a game today, a T20 game, and I was kind of flipping up the scores. And 4 of 6, I thought, okay, we have finally got this. And but no, again we like to give heart attacks. Again we like to take things to the last ball. And Sam Curran, I don't know what the hell he was doing, trying to finish it out with a 6 when he can take a single. You already had a bad day. Why try and just cover it up with just going for a 6 and whatnot? And then Shardul Thakur came in, scored 3 runs. Jadeja, he got out, 1 ball. Deepak Chahar scores the winning runs, and I'm like, thank God. Seriously.
I mean, that current hit, trying to hit it over long, I don't understand why. What was the requirement of that shot? Why do we need Shardul Thakur and Deepak Chahar to come and finish when we are 102 for 2? We were
Exactly.
102 for 2 at 11 overs. Why do we need Shardul Thakur and Deepak Chahar to come in and win it for us? It's just, I mean, the middle order needs to sort things out. I mean, Moeen Ali, Ambati Raidu, Moeen Ali especially is doing well now.
Yeah.
But since from there on, Ambati Raidu, Suresh Raina, MS Dhoni, I'm not sure. I mean, either they have to change in with position they play in or come in, but something needs to be fixed over there because the day Ruturaj or Faf Duplessis doesn't fire, we'll be in a problem.
Yeah, that's the thing. Even with most things in Indian cricket, right? The top three
Yeah,
fire most of the time, so middle order doesn't get exposed. Once the
yeah,
middle order gets exposed, like we see in the 2015 World Cup semi-final or the 2019 World Cup semi-final,
yeah.
we saw that they couldn't cope up with the expectation because they've hardly been put in that situation. And here also
Yep.
the same. Rutraj Gaikwad is fighting, Faf du Plessis is fighting, Moeen Ali is fighting, Sam Curran can chip in with a few runs, Jadeja can chip in with a few runs, but Ambati Raidu, Suresh Raina and MS Dhoni, these three are the cause for concern for CSK. And you cannot just rely on Rutraj Gaikwad to bail you out of every single time. I won't be
Not at all.
surprised if Rutraj Gaikwad next game he doesn't perform, and I won't blame him
Yeah,
for that because three
absolutely
games
not.
he has done well. And
Yep.
and sometimes you are allowed a one-off performance because he is a player who just gives a one-off performance, not
Yeah.
like say a string of bad performances. Even at the IPL
Yeah.
start, we saw first 2 games he wasn't playing well. Dhoni trusted him, and then he responded the way he does.
Yeah.
So hopefully the middle situation is sorted. And yeah, man. Again, we like to do things the hard way. We never like to do things the easy way, as it is always the case. And here, um, the table is here to see for all to see. CSK are back to top of the table. Look at that net run rate, man. Plus
Oh,
1.069.
that's great.
This is
That's
absolutely brilliant.
amazing.
And closely fighting our Delhi Capitals, who have been playing
Hmm.
brilliant this season. And obviously, we have to play them in a week's time, and that would
Yep.
probably decide who gets the top spot. And obviously, RCB coming down. Special shout out to RCB, man. Harshar Patel, the way he bowled today, hat trick against Mumbai Indians, taking wickets of Hardik Pandya and Pollard in successive deliveries. That was absolutely brilliant. And from that point of time, it was eventually game over. For once, I don't see Mumbai Indians qualify for the playoffs. I mean, they still can come. I mean, we know how they can rise from the ashes and stuff, but
Yeah.
I slightly fear for them because the way they've been playing it, that it's not been convincing. At least sometimes in losses, you say, okay, you try, you were just unlucky on the day. But
Yeah.
all three losses for them have been convincing losses, and nothing seems to be being positive for them at this point of time.
I mean, at this point in time, they have a super squad with them. Okay, if you check
Yeah.
the players that they have, it's that so many of them are there in the Indian T20 squad as well. If you see, there are so many good players in the Mumbai Indian squad, and I'm not sure what is happening. But anyways, always Mumbai starts slow. In every tournament, they start slow. Even if this is a restart, they are gonna start slow. So I am still not counting them out. I can feel that they'll come back with all the 4 games that are remaining for them, and I can feel that they can win all 4. But yeah, some things have to change. But they've got a management team, a solid management team over there who can work things out. Hopefully, they'll play well. But I'm happy if they stay there where they are right now because we want to win the IPL this year.
Of course, and looking at the table, obviously, we are 4 points clear of third place RCB. So that effectively means that 2 wins would effectively take us to top 2. And we would
Yep,
even if we
absolutely.
lose the qualifier 1, we would have a second bite at the cherry by playing qualified 2 and qualifying for the final. So
Yes.
that's about it. Again, another roller coaster of a game, something that CSK never fails to do so. And obviously, we play next game against Sunrisers Hyderabad, who are in absolute dire straits at the moment. And I expect us to beat them convincingly. But obviously, I don't think it will be an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. But I do expect us to beat them. And given our schedule, I think we do have kind of a favorable schedule because who have we got left? Like we have obviously Sunrisers.
We have
We have
Sunrisers,
Rajasthan Royals
Rajasthan,
on the second, and then we um, play
Delhi Capitals on the
Daily
4th.
Capitals as well, which will be the massive game. And
And
as
then we play
CSK
Punjab.
always does, our last game is against Punjab every single time. I don't know how that works, but it had to be here. Thanks
Yep,
again, Janus, for joining me in this. We have been talking
my
for nearly
pleasure.
half an hour. We can literally talk on for more than half an hour, but it's just cricket things, man. We can talk on
Yeah,
and
yeah,
on and on.
absolutely. And I mean, I'm talking about any sport after so long because I mean, when I was there in India, I was going on these watch-alongs and
Left,
stuff
right,
like
and
that
center.
almost every day. So talking about sports after so long feels so nice. Thank you for the opportunity to come and talk about sports in general. Just
Yeah,
any
man.
sport would
Of
be fine at
course.
this point in time.
Of course, I would be probably calling you again, probably towards the playoff for the final time. We'll let you know in due course. But I will obviously love to have you and probably 2 or 3 more fans on, and we can have a wonderful live discussion and we can take some of the comments as well. But thank you
Sure.
once again to everyone who's watching this. Make sure like you like this video, the subscribe button, hit the bell notification to get notifications whenever I upload videos like this or go live. And as I keep saying at every video, the corona pandemic is still there. And to all of you, stay safe and wash them hands. Take care, man. See you.
Okay. Bye bye.